Shotgun snap is back, Bears, and a stunt with Mack. Here's the throw down the side. It's intercepted, and it's taken away by the Bears. Clinton Dix on the run inside the 10 to the 5. He is in for the touchdown. Pick 6. Bears on the board and lead at 6-0.
That's the kind of game it was going to be once HaHa caught that ball. This is Good Morning Football presented by Bass Pro Shops. We'll put a bow on it. We've got some loose ends to tie up here on September 24th. Hi, Nate.
What's up, Kay?
How you doing?
I'm ready to go.
Great.
Ready to go?
Yeah, Schrager. We've got Kyle Brandt and some highlights from Bears.
NFC North is loaded.
Winners.
Let's look at last night because it's the Bears on Monday Night Football, and is there a cooler looking athlete than Khalil Mack? Just so intimidating, so physical, and he dominated. Case Keenum does not have an interception this year. Only 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, Mahomes and Brady, the other ones. And let's end that right now because Clinton Dix, the Star Report, is going to house this thing. 5-10, gone. Defense to touch, and we got a little tug of war. Got a little Eddie Jackson tug of war.
I like it.
I like it too. Looks a lot like last year. Now watch Khalil Mack. He almost took this out of Case Keenum's hand. Fumble on the ground. Hakeem Nicks recovers. Look at the replay. He tried to scoop it like it's just on his way, like a snow cone going to the end zone, and he probably will one of these times. Mack had a night. 21 squat. Case Keenum still firing Kyle Fuller says, I got this. The Bears defense was flexing on every look at Jay Gruden. He had that look a lot last night. There is a quarterback on the sideline for the Redskins. There he is. He's got the LaRussa headband. He did not play a snap. But how about this? Taylor Gabriel. We all love this. We love Turbo, an old friend of the show. Turbo had a night. The Bears have not a touchdown pass yet to this far in the season, but they do now. Trubisky could have ran it, and he said, I wanted Taylor to have a touchdown catch, so I threw it. Let's double down. Another really cool red zone play to a wide-open Taylor Gabriel.
Pick and roll.
That's 2. That's the pick and roll, Peter. Nice. And this was the one. 3rd and 17. What's up, Mitch? Make a throw. It goes to Gabriel. He catches it. They said no catch. Josh Norman signals it. But then they review, they look at it. Touchdown. 3rd player to have 3 touchdown receptions in the first half of Monday Night Football ever. Jerry Rice and Dwayne Allen, the other 2 on the Colts. Jay Gruden had that look a lot. On my shot sheet, it says Jay Gruden disgusted. Disgusted. Maybe change is coming for Washington, but a great night for the Bears. 31-15. Trubisky got loose with 3 touchdowns in the second quarter alone, and that Bears defense, whew, Khalil Mack, you guys made for this 52.
Man, we built for this. We built for these moments, and we want to go out and show the world every time we step out what the Chicago Bears football is all about.
They got to win. We all talked about how important it was, especially given the landscape and the win-loss record of that division, trying to keep pace with the rest of the NFC North. So do we think the Bears are Super Bowl contenders? Do we view them that way 3 weeks in?
It's tough. Last night was a sparring session. I mean, that game was never in doubt. They got a sweat. The defense hit the mitts. Mitch did well. There's still questions about him. I think last night was really important because there's been so much focus on Trubisky. I think Matt Nagy has not had a great season. He's been very, very flat, a little tight maybe. Last night, Matt Nagy flexed a little bit, too. He had this crazy goal line plays. He's doing full house backfield, but Cordell Patterson's getting carries. He's putting them in awkward positions. But the question of, are they a Super Bowl contender? Yes, they are. Because they have the best defense in all of football, and they still have a quarterback who can make plays. A lot of work to be done. Unfinished. It was a sparring session, but they're still a Super Bowl contender.
Good win. Great win. Never apologize for a win.
Nope.
I say that all the time.
Stack wins.
But let's pump the brakes a little bit. They beat up on a team that played terrible. The Redskins, they're not a good squad. Case Keenum basically threw that game away play after play, had a chance late in the game to make a run close to the end zone, tried to do a dive over the pile, and the ball ends up popping out. So can I take this game in a vacuum and say these guys are great? Yeah, defensively they were fantastic. Mitchell Trubisky, 25 for 31. Taylor Gabriel, what they brought in there to do, a speedster, getting in the end zone 3 different times. Super Bowl, I'm going to say chill out for a second. Not because they aren't good. It's because their division is stronger than it was last year. The NFC North is for real, and we'll talk about that later on in the show.
And I would ask you, the way you felt about this Bears team the 4th preseason week when you were in Chicago calling that game, you can't say that you feel that same way now, right? After these 3 games of actual gameplay, your faith in them has to have come down a little bit, right? From their Super Bowl expectations and aspirations all off.
If we did the State of the Nation from then and now, isn't it exactly the same? The Bears defense is fantastic, and Trubisky has a lot to prove. I feel like it's the same way, only now I think they have a kicker. So I don't see the juggernaut in the NFC who are like, the Bears can't beat them. They can't.
Not in the rest of the NFC North, like Nate's saying?
We'll see. They crushed the Vikings last year. They beat the Packers last year. We'll see.
I would just say that last year in the Super Bowl, it was a 3-3 game in the fourth quarter, and it was one Gronk play that got the Patriots over the hump. But to get there, you're going to need more offense. Trubisky, again,
what do you got?
He played all right, but like, is Trubisky going up there, and is he competing with Rodgers in a big spot? Both offenses were terrible week one, and Rodgers got the best of them. I hate to be, someone who's a downer here, but that defense is amazing.
No doubt.
It would be very 2004 to say that the defense is going to carry them. At some point, we're going to see Trubisky throw that team on his back, and I'm not sure, even in last night's performance, that was the game. But, man, that defense is outstanding. I just hope Akeem Hicks gets back and he's healthy. He went down with an injury late in that game. But this was as one-sided a football game of the weekend, and that includes a Jets blowout loss and a Dolphins blowout loss. Redskins are a mess.
Trey, in this game where the Redskins are trying to come back in the second quarter and almost are successful in doing that, how does this team only have 90 rushing yards the entire game? This is where my concern is as far as making them a Super Bowl contender. You have David Montgomery. He had some brilliant flashes in the second half. I want to see the run game work, and we've seen Matt Nagy, as much as we love him, back in Kansas City when he was the offensive coordinator. He would sort of take the ball out of Kareem Hunt's hands for a little bit. They struggled. Andy Reid starts calling the plays a little bit more. So I just would love to see some of that balance, because I think, to me, the defense is, of course, there, but the run game, doesn't it have to be there to make it deep in the playoffs?
People are screaming in Chicago, why doesn't Montgomery get 20 carries a game? They said it for a month now. Nagy may have something up his sleeve. Maybe there's something we don't know about Montgomery. Maybe it's pass protection. I don't know what it is. But it gets interesting now, because the Vikings are coming next, and they got a similar deal where they're sort of protecting their quarterback right now. So great game week 4.
Vikings-Bears at Soldier Field. What do you think? Are the Chicago Bears a Super Bowl contender at GMFB? With that, let's get some news, shall we? Tom Pelissero's at his home camp in Minneapolis. Let's talk Jaguars. They played last Thursday night game. Jalen Ramsey showed out. What can you tell us about what's going on with him and his squad this morning?
Okay, we should get a little break from the sick day drama. The Jaguars players are off today. They'll be back on the practice field tomorrow to begin preparations for Sunday's game against the Denver Broncos. Of course, we know that Ramsey called the Jaguars on Sunday night, said he was not going to be able to practice yesterday. I'm told he actually was in the building. The question now becomes, what are Ramsey's plans for the rest of this week and beyond, if in fact he's still a Jaguar? The thing is, nobody outside the Jaguars front office truly knows what the next move is. We know that practically every team in the NFL has at least explored a trade for Jalen Ramsey, some certainly more seriously than others. The Jaguars also have set a really high price, 2 first-round draft picks on a player who also is going to need a big-time contract extension. I spoke to one NFL executive from a team that got a call from the Jaguars about Ramsey, who said, how do you trade one of your best players right now at a time that you're a game back in a wide-open division? There's a lot they have to consider here with the future of Jalen Ramsey, who, by the way, is still requesting a trade.
Yeah, Tom, Jaguars coming off a big win last Thursday. Steelers are now 0-3, and they lost starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger to an elbow injury in week 2. What can you tell us about his rehab status and maybe what the rest of the season looks like for Big Ben?
Well, Ben Roethlisberger had successful surgery, according to the Steelers, yesterday in Los Angeles, Peter. Dr. Neil Elatrash, a well-known surgeon, performed the procedure under consultation of Dr. James Bradley, the longtime Steelers team physician. The plan going forward is that Ben is going to return to Pittsburgh, begin his rehab process with the Steelers medical staff. And the team says, as Roethlisberger said a week ago, that they do expect he's going to be ready for 2020. At that point, Roethlisberger will be 38 years old, coming off of an injury to the elbow on his throwing arm. We'll see exactly what Roethlisberger looks at that time in his career. Certainly, he's a player who has played through a lot. But Roethlisberger said himself he intends to continue to play. He says he'll honor that 2-year, $68 million contract extension that he got back in April. He's making $45 million this season. We'll be making $21 million in 2020, $19 million in 2021. For now, the season is in the hands of Mason Rudolph, who was up and down in his first NFL start last week against the 49ers. This amounts to an elimination game in the AFC North next Monday night when the Steelers host the also 0-3 Cincinnati Bengals.
Thank you so much, Tom Pelissero, for the update on that. We are 2 sleeps away from Thursday night action, Eagles and Packers in Lambeau. So we'll get updates on that throughout the morning here, as well as we look ahead to week 4. More Good Morning Football on the way. We've got highlights, of course. We'll talk NFC North. Every team won in Week 3, but we have an update on the NFC East. Saquon Barkley's injury, how long is he out, and what do you do with Wayne Gallman? And when is Super Cam coming back? Will his job be there waiting for him? Is there a quarterback